Hi, Paul Hefty with Triangle O Football. Want to do an overview of our read system, all of it, from principles and goals to your no huddle communication to defensive recognition, and then lastly, the teaching progression. Let's take a look. All right, the foundation of any no huddle system is to understand the principles and goals of the spread system. So number one, it always starts with numbers. We want to equate numbers. The safeties and linebackers kind of tell us all. So we like our quarterback to point at those safeties. Again, one high or two high will kind of tell us what the run box is like. Number two, then we want to look for blocking angles for O-line. We're an outside in type team, so we'll search for a best edge. If we got that, we'll take it. And then we'll look for inside alignment angles for our O-line for blocking. Number three, then, is field. Speed wins over scheme, so we want to get our speed out in space. Real simple, the goals then for success offensively is we do want to run the ball against anybody. Again, numbers will dictate that a little bit. Always no turnovers, and then you got to make big plays. That's modern football. When we look at how the system works in communication from pre to post snap, step one with no huddle, the coach will signal the formation, and then we can get aligned and we can look and see what the defense is doing. Step two, then, once we see the numbers we've got, the angles, and if we've got field, then the coach will signal the play. The quarterback will give a verbal communication to the O-line only. The skill players all are going to read the same signal as the quarterback. We can use an alert, which I'll get into after this. Step three, then, is that quarterback needs to focus on his post-snap key defender, and we'll get into our cadence and snap. As you can see with quarterback reads, we're going to use the same basic structure for level 1, 2, 3 of the defense, and that way we can keep things pretty consistent and hopefully master those reads. For defensive recognition, we use what's called ANA, access, no access. So real simple. As we said, the quarterback is going to go ahead and point at those safeties. That helps determine the run box. Then we're going to go right down to those hanging outside backers, which we call Mr. Zeros, whether they're to the strong side or the weak side. You can see in the diagram here to the bottom, the Sam backers, the Mr. Zero there. If we have access to throw the ball, meaning there is off coverage on our receivers or we have outside leverage, then we want to be able to use that, what we call free access, and throw the ball because we've got good numbers into the field. If they widen like they are in the diagram here, now we say there's no access, and now we have good run numbers in the box. ANA, access, no access, looking for free access or no access before the snap. All right, once we've done our defensive recognition, our ANA, access, no access, we use then now what we call a trial read or alert call. This keeps the OC and the quarterback on the same page with our offensive thinking, where we simply feel we have free access or we want to turn the post snap into a pass run option, PRO, where the quarterback thinks pass first. OC simply gives the alert signal. The quarterback gives the verbal alert to the O-line, and we're off using the same play. Key component here is the quarterback and the running back must use a slow now mesh rocker technique so that we have plenty of time in the read phase. Let's take a look here. As you can see, we'll do this with slow-mo. Same rocker technique with the opposite foot forward, but a long ride, and we're going to go right into our throw. Same play, same technique, but different thinking. Now we're going to show you how we use the same read system for our quarterbacks at all the three different levels. Level 1 is when we're reading a defensive lineman, in this case classic zone read on the defensive end, what we call our slice zone. We're going to read this for all levels, the key read defender's depth and his hips. This is a ride and decide because it's a run option. You'll see the defensive end we have circled here is going to stay on the line of scrimmage, and then he'll turn his hips into the ball, which gives us a keep read for the quarterback. Let's take a look. On the line of scrimmage, hips down, keep, easy, option football read. When we go to level 2, this is our classic split zone. Now we're going to go ahead and read those linebackers, second level. In this case, we're going to read the weak Mr. Zero. Again, that's that hanging linebacker. Again, we're looking for his depth and his hips. In this case, he keeps his hips square. His depth stays at the second level, which now is going to be a give read all day to the back. Let's take a look. Again, it's post snap. Depth stays deep, hips stay square to line of scrimmage, give read, and we got 10 yards. For teaching then, we use what's just called a zone drill. You can see we're going to go 3 quarterbacks with the outside quarterbacks, 1 and 2 on the left there, going with the free access or the alert, throwing the bubble and the outgo, and the middle quarterback now is doing a slice or zone read, run option, give or keep. At the same time, the O-line can be working that slice zone or split zone blocking scheme. Again, we'll look at level 2, looking at the linebackers, but we're going to use a one-back power, but what we call backdoor power, meaning we're going to go away from the tight end or the H-back and get him involved in the RPO route. He will replace the will backer, which is our read key here. Again, we're reading depth and hips. You'll see in this one where his depth starts deep, he comes up field, but his hips are way outside on the line of scrimmage, and we can go ahead and give all day. Again, with RPOs, when in doubt, gray area, we want to give the ball. Again, level 2, looking at backdoor power again. This time now, we'll go to the second receiver. The tight end again is going to go ahead and replace that will backer, but we run a glance route with our outside receiver. The quarterback's going to have his same read. The will is going to fill, so now we will drill the pass. Again, he fills, we drill, you've got a 1-2 replace, easy touchdown. One more at level 2, this is a T-wrap blast, where we're going to run to the right, meaning the tackle is going to wrap around and lead. The H will replace and cut off the defensive end. We're going to read now the Sam backer. You can see though, in this alignment, there's only 2 linebackers. There is no Sam, so that ox or the onside safety becomes our read key. He's going to go ahead now again, fill, so we'll drill with the glance route again. Again, we're reading depth and hips. Again, you see a good slow mesh rocker, right on rhythm, another 6. Level 2 teaching, we just call our alert drill because now we can go ahead and go alert, and now we're going to think PRO, pass first, run second. Last is our third level, where we'll go ahead, classic 4 verts. We're going to read the GOAT, which is the backside safety. Again, reading depth and hips, and our out is to go to that same side wide receiver up the boundary. You'll see in the video here, the GOAT stays deep. So we're going to go right to the dog, which is the backside corner. His hips are square and his depth is even with the receiver. So we say once we're even, we're leaving. We've got him beat. And with him being square, we're going to throw to his backside, meaning at the butt, and he's beat. Let's take a look. Again, GOAT stays deep, so we go right to the corner. Again, he's even, we're leaving, at the butt, and he's beat. Here's a look at it from the diagram, just what we saw in video. Again, this would be 4 verts, where we've got the A receiver is running the bender read, but we're going to always read in our 4 verts the backside safety, which is the GOAT in the green. If we don't like the 2 inside, the A and the H, our out is go to the H, and what's real simple then is, again, we just read that depth and hips of the dog in the blue here. All right, with level 3 teaching, we do what's called drill 25, meaning we're going to go 2 quarterbacks with the 5 receivers. You can see QB1 on the bottom left here is going to have to throw to the X, but he's still going to use his same read sequence of the 4 verts, reading the GOAT, which is a coach there. Again, we would ask him who he would have thrown to in the middle, but he's got to throw now back to the X and the boundary, reading that coach, depth and hips. QB2 is going to have now the full phase reading. GOAT also has the option to throw to the H and the A in the middle. Again, doesn't like it, would go to his near boundary, wide out, and that would be the Z reading that corner's depth and hips. All right, quick review of the read system. Balance is kind of the key to success here. We want to use our trial principles as a foundation. We want to be committed to balance, having the ability to be in an RPO, thinking run first with the reads, but also a PRO using the alert call, where we think now pass first with the same play. As always, modern football, the key is to win the turnover and explosive play battles. As you can see here, NFL research shows 91% of the time you're successful if you win those. So the lesson to be learned is we want to be able to have explosive plays in your offense. Hope this helps keep things simple, consistent, but shows you how, again, we can be successful using the trial football read system. Thanks.